Beautiful afternoon. Today is Sunday, the 14th day of September 2025. This is the news hour on TV Sapientia. My name is Somto Okafo. You're welcome. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has urged Mahmoud Yakubu, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to closely identify politicians and political parties blatantly violating constitutional and statutory legal provisions and international standards which prohibit early election campaigns, and to ensure the prosecution of perpetrators and their sponsors. INEC last week expressed concerns about early election campaigns by political parties, stating that the campaigns have undermined its ability to track campaign finance limits. INEC also claimed there is no sanction for early election campaigns, but in the letter dated 13 September 2025 and signed by SERAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadari, the organization said the INEC constitutional and statutory mandate extends to sanctioning or penalizing electoral offences, including early election campaigns. According to SERAP, any failure by INEC to fairly enforce constitutional and statutory prohibitions of early election campaigns and the country's international human rights obligations would create a culture of impunity and perpetrators and their sponsors. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its 5-day warning strike 2 days after it began. The association has also given the federal government an additional 2 weeks ultimatum to meet its demands. The doctors had done tours on Friday morning, but suspended the action on Saturday night, with members directed to resume work today, being Sunday. The president of the association, Dr. Tope Oshudara, disclosed this in a WhatsApp message on Saturday. The doctors had issued a series of ultimatums before embarking on the strike. A 21-day ultimatum in July, extended by 10 days, which lapsed on September 10, followed by a final 24-hour deadline. With the suspension of the warning strike, NAD said it is now giving the government an additional 2 weeks to fulfill its promises. The strike had disrupted services in public hospitals across the country. Consultants and other categories of health workers were left to manage heavy caseloads, leading to overstretched services, while patients faced delays. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has reported that one person lost their life and 4 others sustained injuries after a 3-story building under construction collapsed on Friday night, September 12, at 333 Bronu Street, Alagomeji, Yaba, Lagos. According to a statement posted on NEMA's official X handle on Saturday, September 13, the structure gave way at about 8:30 p.m., trapping several occupants beneath the debris. Emergency responders were immediately deployed to the scene to carry out rescue operations. Building collapses remain a recurring tragedy in Lagos and other Nigerian cities, frequently traced to shoddy construction, use of inferior materials, and lax regulatory oversights. Reports from the Lagos State government and civil society organizations indicate that dozens of these incidents occur each year, leading to loss of lives, injuries, and displacement of residents. Despite repeated warnings to developers and the sealing of several non-compliant structures, unsafe building practices continue to pose a serious threat. A torrential downpour on Thursday and Friday unleashed devastating floods in Zaria, Kaduna State, displacing more than 470 children and destroying over 270 households across several communities. A coordinated assessment team, which included the Nigerian Red Cross Society, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, the Kaduna State Emergency Management Agency, and local government officials, confirmed the scale of destruction during a visit to affected areas. The flood, triggered by heavy early morning rainfall, swept away foodstuffs, clothing, electronics, and other essentials, leaving hundreds of families stranded and in dire need of assistance. Despite the widespread devastation, officials confirmed that no lives were lost. describing the outcome as an act of divine mercy considering the scale of the disaster. In the aftermath, the Nigerian Red Cross Society, Zaria Division, has begun distributing relief materials to displaced families while stressing the urgent need for more support. The humanitarian body appealed to government agencies, philanthropists and non-governmental organizations to intervene swiftly, warning that victims are facing worsening hardships without immediate assistance. Alright, you're still watching News Hour on TV Sapiencia with Somto Okafor. Now let's take a quick break. The news will come back shortly.
Hi, we are TV Sapientia, but we don't just cover the news.
Think of entertainment. Talk of Sapientia.
We give you the voice, stay with you, and bring stories that actually matters to you. You know, be self-made. The stories that take place where you walk, live, play, or even travel to. We've got you covered. Just as the clock ticks.
Just put me on the window.
And Sapientia is amazing.
That's right, local and international news.
Speaking out and supporting one another.
Just found a home in your abode, your neighborhood. We are TV Sapientia. We are your choice, and we give you the voice. Nice to meet you.
Quality is not an act, it is a habit. If life is predictable, it will cease to be life and be without flavor. At TV Sapientia will bring many bits of this and many bits of that. Sports.
What is that old saying about being vulnerable when you've just scored?
Movies.
Cover me!
Music.
I feel for you. This is how I feel.
News.
Most insensitive decision to make in a diversified nation like Nigeria.
For the moon entertainment, name it. Which will I choose? Quality or quantity? I choose both. We have quality and we've got quantity. Why not have both? I can have it all.
Alright, welcome back to News Hour on TV Sapiencia. My name is Somto Okafor. Now the rest of the stories. The federal government has said it is working to expand the national homegrown school feeding program to 50 million primary school pupils in 2026. Adamawa, National Program Manager, National Social Investment Program Agency, disclosed this in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria in Abuja. Adebowale added that the agency controlled the price through the formation of an alignment of smallholder farmers, aggregators, supply chain, and developing partners. Governor Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State has declared a state of emergency in the health sector after reviewing his administration's healthcare development roadmap. The move is to accelerate reforms and ensure efficient healthcare delivery in line with the administration's Arise agenda. The Commissioner for Information, Mr. Aniekan Umana, disclosed this after the State Executive Council meeting held at the Government House, Uyo, on Saturday. Umana said key directives under the emergency include an expanded upgrade of medical facilities across the state. He added that the reopening of the healthcare recruitment portal to engage 2,000 workers was approved, with the voters' identity card requirement for applicants waived. According to him, the governor also directed the upgrading of health training institutions, fresh enrollment of professionals, and the engagement of retired but willing medical personnel on contracts. The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mr. Mudashiru Obasa, has dismissed reports that he has declared his next political step ahead of the 2027 general elections. Reacting to speculations trailing his appearance on TVC's program, Beyond the Headlines, Obasa clarified that he neither announced a governorship bid nor a senatorial ambition. He explained that the decision on his political future, like that of other members, rests solely with the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, APC. While insisting he is not quitting politics yet, the speaker said he remains mindful of life after public service. Barely 1 month after the Adamawa State Police Command rescued 14 abducted children taken to Anambra State, another 5 children abducted from Borno State have been rescued in Mubi local government area of Adamawa State. In a statement issued on Sunday, the spokesman for the command, SP Suleiman Guruji, said the children were abducted from Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, and taken to Adamawa. According to the statement, the rescued children are identified as Adamu Musa, 16 years, Suleiman Idris, 10 years, Suleiman Mohammed, 11 years, Doda Yahaya, 11 years, and Mohammed Al-Hassan, 11 years, all residents of Gwange, Maiduguri, Borno State. The statement disclosed that the investigation reviewed the victims were unlawfully taken from Maiduguri by one Aliga Suleiman of Sabonlai, Gwange, Maiduguri, who is currently at large. The Commissioner of Police, Dakobo Morris, who commended the area commander and his team for the successful rescue, directed the State Criminal Investigation Department to take over the case and ensure the arrest of the suspects and the possible reuniting of the victims with their parents. The CP reassured members of the public of the command's commitment to protecting lives and properties across the states. Now to the foreign news. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said eliminating Hamas leaders would end the war in Gaza, as top U.S. diplomat Marco Rubio said hours ahead of his visit to Israel that its strike against Hamas in Qatar would not derail the alliance. His comments came shortly after Rubio told reporters that while President Donald Trump was not happy about the Qatar strike, the alliance would be unaffected. The talk of a ceasefire still out of reach after months of failed negotiations came with Israel intensifying its campaign in the Gaza Strip. In recent days, it has ramped up efforts to seize control of Gaza City, the territory's largest urban area, telling residents to evacuate and blowing up numerous high-rise buildings it said were being used by Hamas. While thousands of people have evacuated the city, according to the Israeli military and Hamas, many more still remain. And lastly, still on the foreign news, Nepal's new leader vowed on Sunday to follow protesters' demand to end corruption as she began work as interim prime minister after Gen Z youth demonstrations ousted her predecessor. The 73-year-old former Chief Justice held a minute's silence on Sunday for those killed in the unrest before meetings began in the key government complex of Yaba, where several buildings were set on fire during mass protests on Tuesday. At least 72 people were killed in 2 days of protest, and more than 91 were injured, the government's chief secretary, Ariel, said on Sunday, increasing an earlier toll of 51. It was the worst unrest since the end of a decade-long civil war and the abolition of the monarchy in 2008. The appointment of Karki, known for her independence, came after intense negotiations by Army Chief General Ashok Raj and President Ramchandra, including with representatives of Gen Z, the loose umbrella title of the youth protest movement. Alright, that was the news hour on TV Sapiencia. On behalf of the editorial and technical crew, my name is Somto Okafor. Good afternoon once again, and thank you for choosing TV Sapiencia. Have a wonderful Sunday.